Take a good look at yourself. At 16, you got your mom's station wagon. At 22, you got an old rustmobile. Isn't it time you got a real car? Mercury Cougar XR-7. Great style, airbags, you can add the V8. Well, what are you waiting for? Mercury Cougar XR-7. Check out the new wraparound cockpit. Now check out the lowest sticker price in its class. Mercury Cougar XR-7. Take a good look at your Mercury dealer today.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joseph here once again. Today I'm at Wanda Blackwell's Credit Cars in Bentonville, Arkansas. And today I found something very unusual. This is a 1996 Mercury Cougar XR-7 Limited Edition. This will be a full in-depth tour of the Mercury Cougar XR-7. We'll start it up, show the engine, and show you many of the features on the interior as well as the exterior, and talk about the history of this unique platform. Not many of these are left, especially in this condition. This is a very mint survivor. So, without further ado, let's go on and get started. We'll talk about the history of the Cougar XR-7, and then we'll take a look at this particular model. Mercury Cougar is a nameplate applied to a diverse series of automobiles sold by the Mercury Motor Car division of Ford Motor Company from 1967 to 1997 and from 1999 to 2002. While the nameplate is most commonly associated with two-door coupes, at various times during its production, the Cougar was also marketed as a convertible, four-door sedan, station wagon, and hatchback. The seventh generation, 1989 to 1997. On the 26th of December, 1988, the seventh generation Mercury Cougar was introduced for the 1989 model year. Developed from the second quarter of 1984 as a counterpart of the 10th generation Ford Thunderbird, the $2 billion redesign of the two vehicles was intended to create handling benchmarks against the far more expensive coupes known as the BMW 6 Series, Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC, and Jaguar XJS, while remaining in the same price segment. During the development of the 1989 Mercury Cougar, the form factor of coupes shifted significantly as the quartet of GM G-body coupes were replaced by front-wheel drive vehicles. The introduction of the Acura Legend by Honda marked the introduction of Japanese-produced luxury vehicles to the market. At its 1989 debut, the Cougar was marketed largely as the flagship coupe of the Mercury Motor Car division. As Mercury revised its model line during the 1990s, the Cougar became the sole two-door model offered by the division. A market demand shifted away from large two-door coupes. The Mercury Cougar and Ford Thunderbird were discontinued after the 1997 model year, with the final example produced on the 4th of September, 1997. Chassis. The 7th generation Mercury Cougar is built on the Ford MN12 platform, designed specifically for Mercury Cougar and Ford Thunderbird. The MN12 chassis retained the use of rear-wheel drive, while its exterior footprint changed negligibly in minor change. The wheelbase was expanded 9 inches to 113 inches, longer than a Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC. Centered around the design of the MN12 chassis was its use of four-wheel independent suspension in place of a live rear axle. With the exception of the Chevrolet Corvette, the Ford MN12 chassis marked its first use in a mass-produced front-wheel drive engine, rear-wheel drive American automobile. So it was front engine, rear-wheel drive. In front, the Mercury Cougar was configured with a short, long-arm wishbone suspension. As an option, the Cougar was available with four-wheel anti-lock disc brakes, standard on the Cougar XR-7. As part of the 1989 redesign, the MN12 chassis was powered solely by a 3.8-liter dual overhead cam V6, as the lowered hood line of the MN12 was too low to fit the 4.9-liter 302 cubic inch V8, making it the first time a V8 was not offered on the Cougar or Thunderbird. LS trim Cougars were offered with a naturally aspirated 140 horsepower version of the V6, while the XR-7 was powered by a 210 horsepower supercharged version, serving as a replacement for the turbocharged 2.3-liter inline four-cylinder. The naturally aspirated V6 was paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission, while the supercharged V6 was offered with a 5-speed manual, with automatic as an option. For 1991, a 200 horsepower version of the 4.9-liter 302 cubic inch Windsor 5-liter was introduced, featuring a redesigned intake manifold to allow sufficient underhood clearance. Offered as an option on the Cougar LS, the V8 replaced the supercharged V6 in the XR-7, which also marked the end of the 5-speed manual in the MN12 chassis Cougars. Originally slated for 1993, the 1994 Cougar shifted from the overhead valve 302 cubic inch 4.9-liter V8 to a 205 horsepower 4.6-liter SOHC V8 shared with the Mercury Grand Marquis. In another 1994 change, the 4R70W electronically controlled version of the AOD 4-speed automatic was introduced for both the V6 and V8 engines. Body design. As the 6th generation of the Mercury Cougar had proved successful in the marketplace, the 1989 redesign of the Cougar was largely an evolution of the previous generation, with updates of many previous design elements. The upright notchback roofline underwent a major revision, with the controversial upswept quarter windows of the previous generation abandoned, while proportionally different wraparound headlights and tail lamps were modeled similar to the Mercury Sable. As a result of the longer wheelbase, the rear overhang was shortened during the development of the MN12 chassis. Ford designers sought to develop increased differentiation between the Cougar and the Thunderbird, while fenders and doors were common between the two vehicles. In comparison to the 1983 through 87 generation, fewer visible parts are shared. As part of the shift to the wider MN12 chassis, the Cougar again became a 5-passenger vehicle for the first time since 1982. As a result of the wider interior, all Cougars were fitted with a center console with a floor-mounted shifter, in following with the previous generation LS trim Cougars were fitted with digital instrumentation. The Cougar XR-7 was fitted with an analog instrument panel. Originally slated to be launched with dual airbags, cost overruns and market demand necessitated the use of automatic seat belts to meet passive restraint requirements by U.S. government standards. For 1994, the interior underwent a complete redesign similar to the Lincoln Mark 8 with dual airbags replacing the automatic seat belts. For 1997, the Cougar received a new instrument panel similar to the Taurus and Sable, with cup holders added to the center console. Several themes were removed as part of decontinenting, including the courtesy lamps, underhood light, and glove box light. During its production, the 7th generation Mercury Cougar underwent several revisions. For 1991, the Cougar underwent a slight facelift with new headlamps, tail lamps, and front bumper. The facelift was distinguished by a smaller grille, 1989 to 1990 models, extended above the headlamps. For 1994, a second facelift saw a revision of the grille headlamps and simplification of the side molding. The interior was also revised at this time and now included dual airbags with wraparound styling interior, commonly called cockpit styling. For 1996, the Cougar received a major redesign styling, sharing its entire front fascia with the Ford Thunderbird, except for the front bumper cover and grille. The body side skirts received a wide body colored cladding. Trim. At its launch, the 7th generation Mercury Cougar retained the same model trims as before, with the LS geared towards luxury and convenience features and the XR-7 geared towards performance and handling. Externally, the LS was given chrome window trim, while the XR-7 was nearly monochromatic with black window trim. To optimize its handling capabilities, the XR-7 was fitted with many model-specific features. In addition to the 210 horsepower supercharged V6, again replacing the 5-liter V8 in 1991, it was later replaced by the 5-liter. The XR-7 featured 4-wheel anti-lock disc brakes, electronically adjustable handling suspension, 16-inch alloy wheels, and a 5-speed manual transmission to differentiate the XR-7 from the LS models. The model was fitted with sport seats, 2-spoke sport steering wheel, and a full analog instrumentation cluster. For 1993, Mercury revised the Cougar model line, with the XR-7 becoming the sole trim model level, dropping the LS and monochromatic sport-oriented XR-7, eliminating some overlap with the Ford Thunderbird, adapting much more of the equipment of the previous LS, with the 1993 XR-7 adapted chrome exterior trim and a standard digital instrument cluster, with 4-wheel disc brakes becoming an option. In contrast, the previous LS, the 1993 XR-7 offered both a V6 and a V8 engine. Alongside the LS and both versions of the XR-7, several limited edition variants of the Cougar were produced. To commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Mercury Cougar in 1992, the 25th anniversary Mercury Cougar was an optional package nearly exclusively on all XR-7 models, equipped with 15-inch BBS alloy wheels. All examples were painted green with a tan interior with green carpet. Other features included model-specific trunk lid and C-pillar badging, and an intimidation trunk lid luggage rack. To commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Cougar, for 1997, Mercury produced a 30th anniversary XR-7 as an optional package. Distinguished by its use of Lincoln Mark 8 wheels, the 30th anniversary Cougar featured more specific C-pillars, embroidered seats, and format emblems. The option also included commemorative themes shipped to the owner. Approximately 5,000 25th anniversary and 5,000 30th anniversary Cougars were produced. The production units per year for the 7th generation: in 1989, 97,246 units were produced. In 1990, 76,467. In 1991, 60,564. In 1992, 46,928. In 1993, 79,700. In 1994, 71,026. In 95, 60,201. In 96, 38,929. And finally, in 1997, there were 35,267 units manufactured. So, let's go and start it up, shall we? The exterior color is a flat white metallic paired with a ocean blue cloth top with chrome accenting and the ocean blue cloth interior. This particular unit has 88,440 miles on the odometer. Starts right up. Leather-wrapped steering wheel. 4-speed automatic transmission with low gear selection. So let's turn on the lights, as well as the hazards. We'll take a look at the exterior. Cougar badging on the doors. Chrome alloy wheels. Cougar logo on the vinyl top, etched in gold, as well as a chrome crossbar that goes over the opera windows, similar to what's on my Chrysler New Yorker. Very nice touch. This is a limited edition, so it has the limited edition inscription on the rear door quarter panels. Traveler's kit on the rear trunk lid. Cougar XR-7 badge. Mercury badge. Waterfall brake light assembly. Another look at the Cougar badge on the driver's side. And a gold crested waterfall grille with the Mercury Cougar logo in the center. Quite a nice touch. Bi-xenon halogen headlights. Side marker lights. All right, let's take a look at the interior. Very large doors. Mirror adjustment on the door, left, right. Power windows, power locks. Vinyl and cloth vinyl and cloth bucket seats in the front. Same treatment in the back. Take a look at the back in a moment. Very plush seats. Easy to use power steering. Got your rear defrost switch right here. Climate control, different zones. Your AM/FM radio with Seek and Scan and mini cassette. Visor mirrors. Panel dim with your actuated interior light switch. Main light switch. Small cubby door with trunk door release. Small ashtray. Okay, let's pop the trunk and the engine, and we'll take a look at those parts of the vehicle as well. This particular unit is powered by Ford's dual overhead cam, fuel injected 3.8 liter V6, the same engine that came in the Ford Thunderbird and the Ford Mustang base. Pretty good powertrains. Go ahead and take a look at the trunk. Very large trunk. Carpeted, as usual, with many luxury cars. You got the fuel shutoff system switch over here on the driver's side wheel well. Spare tire under the carpeted mat. Very nice. SRS airbag in the front of the dash for the passenger. Mercury Cougar XR-7 inscribed owner's manual packet. Inside you got your owner's manual, as well as your trip assurance and other added information for your Mercury Cougar's ownership, maintenance and safety, all that good stuff. Very nice. So the seats are manual adjustment, so they tilt manually and slide manually. There is no lumbar support on this particular model. I want to take a look at the back seat real quick. You have the passenger front seat. Pull this handle to lower it. Look, we can just climb in back here like so. Quite comfortable back seat. You do have a center armrest. Small armrest right here. Speaker. The little bit of partitioning you have on the window is part of the vinyl top. Map lights. And plenty of legroom for your rear seat passenger, even with the front seat pulled forward a little bit. You also have a small vent here, ashtray. Not too many of these are left, so it's cool that I was able to find this one and review it. Well guys, I hope you liked this in-depth look at this 1996 Mercury Cougar XR-7. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have one, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.